Coming up on the Blitz, Dallas now spells defense with a capital D. And just days after the draft, the rookies report for duty. Plus, who might be the mid-round sleepers in this draft class? We break it all down on the Blitz, starting now.
Prescott back, set, slams wide open 50. Pickens one-handed hurdles a man to the 10.
This is Jerry Jones with the Dallas Cowboys, and we just drafted you.
Can you say this one word for us, Dak? We
are so excited to
be back in
the building.
But more importantly,
we are back with our social media team.
We missed them so
much. Go Cowboys.
Now that's what I call teamwork. As the veterans report back for duty, the offseason program officially underway here at the Star in Frisco, and the Blitz officially underway. Bill Jones along with Nicole Hutchison on this, the rookie minicamp weekend. Yes, rookie orientation is going on. It's an exciting time here at the Star, Nicole.
It's an exciting time, but I'm ready for training camp. Fast forward, I love these rookies being in here, but I think this is the first year I really feel like a couple of these guys could maybe shake up some things on that roster, Bill.
Yeah, the Cowboys need them to shake up some things on that roster. You know, this is just one person's opinion. We came across this on social media. How about this projected starting lineup? You know what I like most about it is the guy playing the slot there, Caleb Downs, who's going to play about 4 or 5 positions on this defense. But, Nicole, where do you think the Cowboys improve themselves the most on this defense this offseason?
I'm going to go secondary. I mean, you look at where this passing defense or the secondary really struggled is they finished the 8th highest missed tackle rate in football last year. You talk about the most passing yards allowed that they allowed. Second most passing touchdowns they allowed as well. So what did Dallas go ahead and go do? They went and get guys in the draft, in the offseason where they're reliable in the back end. You talk about a Caleb Downs who had the highest tackle efficiency in the draft class overall. Devin Moore, cornerback out of Florida, who had a 19.8 QBR allowed as a primary defender since 2023. That's the fifth lowest in the SEC with a minimum of 45 attempts. Then, of course, they go out and get a Jalen Thompson, a PJ Locke, and a Kobe Durant, who guys can tackle in space, they can cover, they can come up and be consistent in the run game. But most importantly, they can communicate. They're intelligent guys. That secondary is going to be very scary, Bill.
That projected starting lineup included Savone Revel there at cornerback. The Cowboys are hoping that he becomes a starter in his second year in the league, 3rd-round pick last year. But I'm excited about Kobe Durant, who's a guy who started for the Rams, a team that made it to the conference championship game last year. He started 18 games, had 6 picks, including 3 in the playoffs.
I think that's a lot. A lot.
We will take that on this defense, a defense that needs to turn the football over. An acquisition made in the draft, of course. They send a 5th-round draft pick to San Francisco. They had already worked a trade earlier with San Francisco, where, of course, Osa Odigizua went to the 49ers. Jason Barham, the pick that comes back, as it turns out there. And D. Winters is now a Dallas Cowboy coming over from the Niners for that 5th-round pick.
We are sad to see Osa go, but thank you, San Francisco, for giving us that linebacker. You talk about a D. Winters who had over 100 tackles last year. You look back at the roster or the final season stats for the defense. Kenneth Murray had 81. Shamar James had 80. So the year before is when the Cowboys had a linebacker finish with over 100 tackles. But you talk about what they missed. They were missing a lot of hesitation, some communication breakdowns in that linebacker room. Guys that weren't trusting their eyes, so to speak, right? And so they're getting a guy who took on that green dot responsibility in San Francisco. Was it due to other reasons, injuries, of course, but granted, he was a communicator. You need somebody who can get guys lined up in the right spots, and D. Winters gives you that.
Yes, and D. Winters, DeMarvio, and Overshown. I think that there's still room there. You could add another veteran. We shall see what may happen here in the next month or so, but they like the looks of the way this defense is shaping up. How about the way these rookies are shaping up out on the practice field? We check in with Mickey Spagnola on the practice field when the Blitz continues in a moment.
The Dallas Cowboys Blitz, presented by Blockchain.com, is brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Geico. It feels good to save big. It feels good to Geico. And by Blockchain. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. This segment is brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Welcome back to the Blitz as we take a look at that draft class 2026. Starting with defense, of course, Caleb Downs. It ended with offense, a wide receiver, Anthony Smith, in the 7th round. And Bill Jones along with Nicole Hutchison. Time to take you out to the football field where there are rookies on the field, and there is a veteran out there as well, Mickey Spagnola, who Nicole has been covering these rookie mini camps for about 4 decades now. Mickey, let me ask you, so much talk about defense. I want to ask you about offense. What do you think about this wide receiver room behind CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens now?
Yeah, Bill, I think since George Pickens signed his franchise tag, a guaranteed $27.3 million, and seems happy with that, playing on the season with that tag. I think that then after that, with Ryan Flournoy and Kevontae Turpin sharing the 3rd and 4th spot, you got to be pretty ecstatic about where this position is if all you're thinking about is, well, we got to find somebody to fill the 5th spot. And I would think what they're looking for there is a outside wide receiver in case one of the first 2 guys are injured. So from a wide receiver standpoint, you mentioned they used the 7th round pick on a wide receiver, and the other guys they brought in as undrafted free agents. I think they're in pretty good shape at wide receiver. Just got to stay healthy.
You know, Mickey, I want to ask you something that I feel is a topic that has not been talked about enough. The coaching staff that they just brought in, a lot of unknown there. Which coach has your attention this week?
Well, I'm going to keep an eye on linebackers coach Scott Simons. About time the Cowboys brought in a veteran assistant coach at that position. I don't think they've had a veteran guy coaching there since George was there, Edwards, in 2022. So the fact that Simons has been coaching for 18 years as an assistant and last 7 as a defensive coordinator, the final 3 or 4 at SMU, I think is very encouraging, since that linebacker position is going to be vital to step up and improve over the last couple of years.
And they have a lot to work with, obviously getting the trade with D. Winters, adding Jayshon Barham in the draft. But I want to ask about the undrafted free agents. Who's got your eye?
Well, the first guy that kind of got my eye just because of his numbers and his size, Michael Trigg, the tight end. I've seen where in some of the projections for the tight end position, there was a couple people that had him in the top 5. Now, he ended up going as an undrafted free agent. I mean, if you look at his numbers at Baylor the last year, 50 catches, 694 yards, averaged 13.9 and 6 touchdowns. But there's been maturity issues in his past, starting out at Southern Cal. He transferred to Ole Miss, spent a season there, his 2nd season. I believe he was dismissed. So I think one of the reasons he went undrafted, and he's going to have to show that he's growing up and able to play in the National Football League, meaning doing the things you're required to do to be productive to make this team, because there's room for a 3rd, 4th tight end on this team, and he certainly has the talent. Now we'll see how that turns out off the field issues.
All right, Mickey Spagnola, we appreciate it. Certainly an opportunity for a 4th tight end on this roster behind Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, and Brevin Spanford. We continue on the Blitz in just a moment. We're going to hear from those rookies when we come back to the Star in Frisco.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. This segment is brought to you by Reliant, the official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
When it comes to flexibility of playing guard or playing on the other side of the line, we played left tackle at Penn State. How comfortable do you feel like you are doing those different things and moving around in different spots that maybe you haven't spent as much time in?
Yeah, I haven't gotten many game reps on the other side or in guard, but during training, I feel like I've closed that gap a little bit, and I'm ready to do whatever the team needs.
Talk about how you feel those traits kind of best fit this defense and what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL is a very complicated game, so you can't run man the whole game, you can't run zone the whole game. So you got to mix it up and have players out there that are able to play both coverages and, give the QB and offenses different looks. So just being able to, have the mental capacity to know all that and also performing on the field.
When you talk to Christian Parker specifically, whether it be today or earlier, what has he said to you of, hey, this is how I feel like you can fit in this style of defense?
I mean, just like my intensity, my aggression that I play with, I feel like the style of play, my style of play, I feel like that kind of fit the way he coaches and like the way they preach in this building. So I feel like my aggressiveness, my style of play going to change. Yeah.
What do you feel like best translates from your game do you feel like is NFL ready?
Definitely my run-stopping ability. Like, I've put my pride on that ever since I stepped on campus at Alabama. I know that's one of their big. You're not going to be able to rush that passer unless you stop that run first. And not that just alone, but my power as well.
The rookies are ready to roll, and up next on the Blitz, Kyle Yeomans breaks out the telestrator and breaks down a couple of rookies' games.
This segment was brought to you by Reliant, the official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys.
I feel great. Blake, you feel great about Drew Shelton?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hello?
Drew?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Drew, it's proud to make you a Dallas Cowboy.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, I'm telling
Come
you,
on.
I'm sitting right here beside your coach and head coach, and he's been talking about you all last night and this morning, and your offensive coordinator standing here. So we are proud you putting that star on your helmet. Congratulations. By the way, congratulations for
Thank you.
the way you've handled yourself and getting a shot at this. And
Yes, sir.
I envy you getting to play these for the next part of your life in the NFL.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Here's our
I
coach.
appreciate you.
Here's Brian Schottenheimer.
Hey, Drew, congrats, man.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, we're
I
so
appreciate
excited,
you.
man. Yeah, absolutely. We we've been watching this track, and we've been hoping it fell this way, but you're a Dallas Cowboy, man. Congratulations.
Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Coach.
Hey, the
Let's
offensive
go.
coordinator wants to say hello to you real quick. Hold on one second.
Drew, what's up? It's Clayton Adams. How you doing, brother?
Doing great, Coach. I'm doing great.
You ready to go on this journey together?
Hell yeah.
We got big things happening here, man. I'm very, very excited for you to be part of this. I'm going to let you talk to our offensive line coach, Connor Riley, okay?
Drew.
Coach Riley, let's do it.
Let's do it, buddy. Right?
Let's do it.
Congratulations to you, man. Congratulations
Yes, sir.
to your family. You make sure you tell the mom I said hello, okay?
I will
wait
do.
to get you here, brother. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Finally got you, right?
Yeah. Can't run this time. Let's go.
Yeah. It was my decision this time, brother, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Yes, sir.
So excited for you. And enjoy this day, and then let's get ready to
Appreciate
work,
you,
okay?
Coach. Let's go. Let's work.
All right, you got it, buddy.
All right, Coach.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
A look inside the moment where Drew Shelton became a Dallas Cowboy at pick number 112 in this year's NFL Draft. I'm Kyle Yeomans, ready to break down the film of some of these day 3 picks that you should be excited about as a Cowboys fan, and I know the Cowboys are excited to have in the building. Let's start with Mr. Drew Shelton. His ability to move laterally is something that this Cowboys team is going to covet moving forward. Let's go ahead and press play on this first play against West Virginia. He moved a lot during his time at Penn State. You've got the guard moving out. He's following suit, trying to get up to the second level and have an impact on this linebacker. And one of the strengths of his movement, not only is his raw athletic score in the 9s, which was one of the highest in the NFL as an offensive lineman, but his level and power at the point of attack is tremendous. He lays a punch when he makes impact. Oh, and by the way, he can finish as well as he lands on top of a guy, springs a touchdown for Nicholas Singleton. That play does not happen if Drew Shelton doesn't set the edge and set that block. Now, another type of play, and one of the things you can knock against Drew Shelton is his functional play strength. But this is a play where I would argue he shows some of that functional play strength. Go ahead and play it through. He makes contact with this defensive end with just one arm out wide, and he's trying to use his vision to look up and see if that defensive back is making a play or that defensive back is making a play that could possibly muddy up this hole or provide a lack of a cutback lane for, again, Nicholas Singleton at the running back position. But because there's a lane there and because these defensive backs are so far away, Shelton just walls off, turns his hips, flips to the left, and just delays the defensive end enough for the running back to hit the hole, and then ultimately he's off to the races for a phenomenal gain for a second time. Same game, different type of play, but Drew Shelton shows his versatility nonetheless for Penn State. He'll bring that to Dallas. Another guy who I will say is NFL ready is LT Overton. I love this guy's strength. He is NFL strong right now. Watch him muddy up the middle of the line of scrimmage, which is what he'll be asked to do in Dallas. He's not going to be asked to move forward or rush the passer a ton, but he starts there, he ends up there, and he turns this offensive tackle in the SEC backward and into his own player at a goal line situation on the road. Not only that, but after he muddies everything up and tries to ruin the whole scenario for an open run lane there by the running back, he says, I'm going to go ahead and finish the job myself and end up with a tackle for loss in a goal line situation. LT Overton, he's going to play some 3 technique. He's going to play some 5 technique. But either way, he's going to be in the middle of that Dallas defense and use that a couple times. Here he is at a 5 technique spot. And one of the things I also love about his ability as we go ahead and play through is his ability to read and react. This time the entire play is going that direction, and a wham block down the side from Oscar Delp, one of the tight ends that was selected in this year's NFL draft. He says, forget about that. I'm going to roll off of it, make a play himself, and he was an electrifying player for that Bama defense in 2025. Dallas really excited to get his services this year. I think he'll make an impact and rotate in and out with Otito Ogbonnia on that Cowboys defensive line, something Christian Parker can play with moving forward.
All right, thanks, Kyle Yeomans. The Micah Parsons trade is now complete. How did the Cowboys fare? Next on the Blitz.
Closed captioning is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery are here. Play today. To watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. The Dallas Cowboys Blitz, presented by Blockchain.com, was brought to you by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. Geico. It feels good to save big. It feels good to Geico. And by Blockchain.com. Invest like your icons with Blockchain.com.
Final couple of minutes of the Blitz. Bill Jones and Nicole Hutchison. And here we are about 9 months later, and the Micah Parsons trade is complete based on what the Cowboys did in the draft, which included a trade down to pick up a couple of 4th-round picks with that Packers pick. So here's the return. You got Kenny Clark, who came over in the trade. You had the trade for Quinnen Williams. You used next year's first for that, plus a second. And then in the first round, you took Malachi Lawrence and traded down 4th round. You got the cornerback Devin Moore. You got LT Overton. There's 5 players for 1. What do you think?
I think the Cowboys, simple math tells you that the Cowboys won that trade in terms of the quality of players. You got a Quinnen Williams, who is one of the best, if not the best, defensive tackles in the NFL. You get a Kenny Clark as well, paired with Quinnen Williams. That's a 1-2 punch on the interior that is hard to get past. Then you get a Caleb Downs, who's arguably the best player in this 2026 NFL draft class in terms of his intelligence, the way that they're able to use him and be in different spots. You got a Devin Moore as well, who faced a lot of injuries. He told me that he's ready to prove everybody wrong, that he is durable and he's reliable in this league, or in the NFL. He played his first season with double-digit games in 2025. You also go to LT Overton. Well, we just heard from Kyle, see everything that he's able to do. So the Cowboys won this trade.
I got another player to throw in.
Who?
You have George Pickens too.
Hello.
Because you would not have George Pickens on a $27 million franchise tag right now if you signed Micah Parsons. All right, that does it for the Blitz this week. We appreciate all of you for joining us. For Nicole, I'm Bill, and we will see you again next week. I think they're still celebrating in that Cowboys draft room after what they did last week. Yes, training camp, Nicole, will be here before you know it, but we'll be here along the way in the meantime.